Hey all, I wanted to follow up after yesterday's video because I've regrouped a little bit and wanted to share with you what I did end up doing. So, this is now what was my Allie Ryaz 1,000-page journal. And so I read a lot of your guys' comments, and many of you said, no, don't break it apart, just clean it up the best you can and use it. It looks, it looks cool that way, vintage, it looks like a secret journal, it's got some character. And I gotta tell you, it had a little stink to it. And so I didn't really have that option. So I did end up cutting off the cover and exposed the spine a little bit. And I just had this plastic cover laying around. I don't remember where I got it from, quite honestly. And then I had this little, I'll just take that out. This is just oh, it stuck a little bit. I didn't mean for it to stick, but it did. This is from Planning with Kay that I got. Actually, I think she sent this to me as a freebie when I ordered one of her journals. And actually, I think that is what this whole thing is. I think she sent me both of these two things because this was one that wasn't an A quality, and so she sent this and this to go with my journal. I'm pretty sure now, which was a huge surprise and nice. Anyway, so it comes in handy for this, I think. Just it gives it a little bit of structure, and because there's still some pages left back here, and so I'm gonna keep using it until I run out of pages, which is there's only like 5 more pages. I did end up having to scrap over half of it, unfortunately. And yet, guys, this feels really good. This is such a manageable size. It feels nice with the cover on it. I get to use something that was gifted in an order that came. And so I can still finish my Psalm study. I can finish my Colossians study in here. I can finish out the week in here. And anyway, I just wanted to share. I might even put something back here just to, but yet it'll be ready to go and put on the shelf after this week. And there's nothing wrong with that. So I just feel better about this situation. And I feel like I didn't have a choice but to cut it, and that way I could safely put it on the shelf. And I think that was the best decision given the situation. So what I am thinking I'm going to do, and I mean, if I wanted to finish my Psalm study, I can in here. There's a few, I don't know that I was going to get much further. Like 4 pages left. And so honestly, it's like I've been thinking about that big old 1,000-page. I mean, look at this. I just have to show you as a comparison. I know I've showed you this before that I used mid-August through November. It's so close in size. Look at that. Anyway, just had to show you. But 1,000 pages is a lot. And I was really struggling with, I mean, I have the index, and I was able to salvage the index and paste it in here. But I was really struggling to find stuff in here, even though I had an index. Like where's the January, monthly layout? If I don't keep a tab on it, it's hard to find. And so I think that was one thing that I wished I would have done differently, is maybe have all the months in one spot, all the weeks in one spot. I did continue to keep my year here, when in January was right behind it, so it's not, but you know what I mean. It's like if you don't have it tabbed, even though you have it indexed, going in and index and like, okay, I gotta find it, and then to go and actually look it up with the page numbers, it's such a process. And so I think, yeah, that's one thing I would do differently next time. So for those of you, a couple of you have said that you just ordered some of Allie's notebooks, and I think even the 1,000 pagers. Yeah, I would suggest maybe doing that section off. You know, here's where my months are going to go. Here's where my weeks are going to go. And kind of like what I did with Psalms, you know, all my Psalms goes here, all my Colossians was, you know, here, and just so that it's easier to flip through and find things, I think. And so anyway, I just share that as one thing that is definitely something I noticed that I wanted to change. And so I'll just quickly, you know, because I teased this, showing this at the beginning. So, you know, what I am going to do here is I decided the other thing too is all of my sermon notes are in here, book notes, study notes on various things. And I really need to do a better job of just sticking them into my commentary and war binder, because it just makes it easier to have it in here versus scattered, you know, throughout a notebook, especially you know, one that's 1,000 pages. And I'm struggling because I still have this one out because I still have so much that I need to put in here. And I'm just struggling to get that done. And it's been months. I mean, it's been since November that I've needed to get that done, and I haven't done it yet. And I just think, well, that's another, you know, that's maybe another lesson learned, is that, you know, what should potentially go directly in here, maybe I should be doing that and putting it directly in here instead of, you know, in these bigger, bulkier notebooks where, yes, there's an index and I can go to my index and go look them up, but yet it also makes it really challenging to thumb through and find something. So anyway, just a couple of thoughts of what I'm thinking about now as I'm regrouping. And so I did, like I said, was able to salvage this index. I don't know how this index came. Maybe I don't know. Yeah, I'm surprised it came out as well as it did. But anyway, so I just noted, okay, these are the ones that I need to put. So all the squares are what needs to go in my Bible commentary and war binder. All the circles are what needs to go in whatever future book journal that I go into. So, and that's what I'm yet to do, is figure out what's next as far as a planner journal. What am I gonna use? But at least I have now, you know, gone through this and been like, okay, here's what needs to go where, and a couple other things too that I need to make sure that I transfer over, you know, like when you start something, new. And so honestly, I'm gonna label this as December 2025, January through part of February 2026. And I have no regrets. Again, I just feel so blessed to have been in this journal for the time that I did, and really thoroughly enjoyed it. And I actually have another I have another journal of Allie's, and so that's on the table that I'd grab it here, because I did buy another one, and it's not the 1,000 page, but it's the 500, and it's got the 2mm grid, and of course it is as beautiful as the other one. And so I may jump into this next. I'm not quite sure what I'm going to do. I feel the call to go back, as you guys heard me talk about a couple videos ago. I feel the call to go back into my Planner Perfect leathers, and when I say call, I mean like the urge to go back. I feel like I want to do something that's going to be all, you know, all in one, but all in a TN leather that fits, because the 1,000 page didn't fit in the narrow size at least. And so something along these lines. And so I don't know. Yeah, we'll see. I'm gonna give myself a few more days to just to think about it, and to be ready for that decision. I have another order coming of something that I had already ordered, and I'll share that when it comes in, and that might be where I go. And yeah, and anyway, I feel good about how things ended up. I mean, it is life, so that's all good. And then lastly, I'm gonna have a video coming up here. I'd actually recorded this video before I ended up with this situation, of what I ended up deciding to do with this, and so I'm excited to share that with you. Yeah, I think that's it. Just wanted to quickly get on and show you how things were this morning, as of this morning, as of today, and what I ended up doing. And anyway, I'm still in love with this. That hasn't changed. All is good. And thank you, Allie, for such beautiful notebooks for us to enjoy. And I do plan on partaking in more of them, especially when she comes out with the new ones. And so, it's a journey. It's a good journey. All right, thank you all. Have a great rest of your weekend.